look at the stars, they find me. You shine so bright.
What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So, yet again, Carmelo Anthony comes up big in the clutch. In crunch time, who wins? It's Carmelo. Now, I just want to explain this because a lot of people that don't watch Knicks games and just look at the box score don't truly understand what happens. Yes, his last 3 games he struggled from the field. However, this is his second game winner of the season. 2 game winners in around 19 games is pretty good. That's pretty damn good to me. So again, he already has the most game winners of the season. He's doing his thing. Now, Melo made that ugly game disappear because he struggled. We know this. But there are so many people out there saying Kristaps Porzingis is better than Carmelo. Now, before we get to that, I would just like to say, go on Google and read this article called Carmelo Anthony is the statistical king of the clutch. Because this proves that Melo is one of the clutchest players in NBA history. I just want to get that off my chest. So you guys understand that. Now, I also want to talk about how Carmelo is still the best player on the New York Knicks. Now, it's the same scenario with LeBron James. It's the same scenario with, that's the only scenario I can really think of. Because, yes, Melo and LeBron are averaging less than their careers right now. Yes, LeBron's averaging 23, and so is Carmelo. They're both averaging 23 points per game. We understand this. They're shooting less from the field, and they're passing more than ever. Now, it's not really reflecting for Melo if you look at his assists, but if you look at passes and plays ran, you can see that, he is passing more and touches and things like that. You can see that he's passing more and he's allowing the offense to rotate and flow, and he's instructing everyone where to go. These are things that people that don't watch Knicks games don't understand. They don't understand that Carmelo Anthony, while on the floor, is the floor general. Even when he's off ball, he is the floor general. He's directing everyone where to go. Even Derrick Rose, even Joakim Noah. He's telling everyone where to go because he knows what it takes to get to that next level. A lot of you guys may think, he's only been to the Western Conference Finals once. Okay. But to go 10 out of 13 years in the playoffs, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty good. There was a time he had more playoff appearances than LeBron, But people say he can't even make the playoffs. But anyway, back to the Porzingis Melo thing. Here's the thing. Porzingis is definitely an all-star this year. He's definitely a great player this year, and the New York Knicks will definitely pick it up. The thing that separates Carmelo Anthony from Kristaps Porzingis is one thing. Well, there are a whole bunch of things, but the big factor is experience. Carmelo Anthony has experience that everyone would die for, which is part of the reason why, and consistency, which is part of the reason why Melo was ranked in the top 3 players that the young players look up to for that reason, because they respect him and they understand that, he didn't have a team, but he still was consistent no matter what team he played on, no matter the teammates he had. He was always a consistent player. 25, 6, and 3 for his career, never averaging under 20. Consistency at its finest. There's never been a player like that has been that consistent in all of these terrible situations. Now, there are players that have been that consistent in terms of LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Michael Jordan, but those are the only 3. I was doing so good. Those are the only 3. Those are the 3. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. Those are the only 3 other players. There we go. Those are the only 3 other players that have never averaged under 20 points for, 5, 10 plus years. So there's that. But the thing about Kristaps Porzingis, this is, if you don't watch Knicks games, you don't see this. Kristaps Porzingis takes a lot of terrible shots, and Carmelo Anthony, you may think he takes a lot of terrible shots, but the difference is Melo's made those shots his entire career, and those are the type of shots he's always taken his entire career. Melo's not the one to try and get an easy shot. That's just the way he is. I know it's weird, but that's just the way Carmelo is. He's not the one to try and take an easy shot. It's really weird, and it doesn't make sense, but that's just the way he is. He would rather drive and bump someone chest to chest, and that person's going to go flying like they always do and get the and one. Or, he'll face up, one dribble, pull up, jab step, pull up. All he uses is one move to get that, to get that space. He's not like a LeBron where he'll back you down or he'll be running off screens, or like a Stephen Curry running off screens and doing all this. That's not Melo. So when people see that, he's like, okay, he's a ball hog, he's a chuck, he sucks, But, I mean, how does that suck if he's been doing it his whole career and he's been really good at it, one of the best scorers ever? But Kristaps Porzingis takes a lot of bad shots in games, and he's known to fold in the fourth quarter, which is where Carmelo Anthony comes in. And this is why I have so much respect for Carmelo Anthony. Any other player, most other players, I will say, in his position right now, that have to defend their greatness because they have so much hate, that have to defend he doesn't have, okay, relative. He has hate, but in terms of his support, he has probably like a million times more support because he has millions and millions of fans. But he does have more hate than any other superstar in the league right now. And with a player like that, any other player like that in that position, trying to defend their greatness and trying to defend their rank as a top 25 player of all time, they would try and chuck up as many shots as possible, and they would not want to give Porzingis some spotlight. They wouldn't want to give him any of the limelight. That's just the way human nature is. But Carmelo Anthony, he's literally sitting back and directing the offense for Kristaps Porzingis. And I'm seeing this, and I'm like, wow. I gained even more respect for him. You guys already know I have so much respect for Melo, but I'm gaining even more respect for him. I remember that game when, KP went off. I think he had 37 points. I remember the game where, Coach Hornacek was drawing up plays for Melo in the third and the fourth quarter. But Melo, when he got the ball isolated, no. He called for a pick and roll with KP, and he got KP the ball. When they put Melo in the low post and Derrick Rose or Courtney Lee was going to pass it to him, he redirected it. He told Porzingis to come over. Porzingis went up top. Melo set the screen. He passed it back to Melo. KP set a screen. He gave it back to KP, and KP hit a three. So when I'm seeing things like this, I'm like, how could anyone say he's selfish? How can anyone say he's selfish? I don't understand. He's doing his thing right now. And by the way, before I forget, I know I was supposed to upload. I messed up yesterday. That story that I uploaded was supposed to be on my other channel, and I uploaded it on this channel by accident. And, I was in class when I saw it. I was like, oh, no. But, it's all good. You guys liked the video, so I appreciate that. Because you noticed there was Grand Theft Auto gameplay on there. I was like, oh, man, they're going to get so mad. But you guys didn't care, so I appreciate you guys' support. And I did go film at the mall. My friend Austin, we went to the mall. And it took us literally 5 minutes before we got kicked out with some BS. Some dude, we went into some footwear store, some bum-ass footwear store. And this dude got so salty. He was like, hey, can I help you guys with something? Because he saw me recording. And he's like, hey, can I help you guys with something? And I'm like, no, we're just window shopping, messing around, right? And he's like, okay, well, you have to put the camera away. It was like, all right, well, I'm just going to leave then. He was like, all right, bye, get out of here. You're not allowed to record in the store because of copyright. I'm like, what? When he said that, the Brooklyn in me almost came out. But I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. And I was just like, look, I know you don't want me to record in your store. You're the manager. I understand that. I will leave. But don't sit there and say that's copyright. That's not copyright. You don't understand the laws. That's not how it works. You can tell me I cannot record in your private property, but it's not copyright. It's not copyright. And he was like, get out of here. So we left. We went to another store. I think we went to, I don't remember the name. The stores in Florida, they're so weird because I'm used to New York. I'm used to Foot Locker and things like that. They didn't have that. But anyway, so we go to another store, and a security guard is literally waiting for us outside. So we're recording. We see this Tupac shirt, this Biggie shirt. We're recording. They had some whack-ass Vans. If you like Vans, I'm not trying to diss or anything, but I'm not a big Vans person. And, so we left. The security guard is still following us. So we went to this other store that had some Timbs on display, and I was wearing Timbs. I was like, oh, shit. They had some really elite, I'd never seen these before, some white Timbs. They were crazy. They're beautiful, right? And I was actually about to buy them. And I was recording, and they were outside the store. She was like, you cannot record in the store. And I said, I'm not in the store, I'm outside of the store. And she said, no, what I mean is you're not allowed to record in the mall. But she was a sweetheart. She was like, I understand. And I was like, not even for a YouTube video. I'm not trying to steal or anything. She's like, no, I understand. I've seen these videos on the internet before, but I don't see what the big deal is. But honestly, my boss has told me to tell you that I can't because someone called you guys in. That salty old man that managed that whack ass sneaker store got so salty. He called in and said we were causing trouble. I literally left the store and I didn't say anything. I was just like, all right, that's not copyright though, and I left. There was no trouble. And then the security guard was following, like, what the hell? And the mall was empty. And we were the only customers in his store. So I was like, when I left, I said when I was outside, low to my boy Austin. I was like, well, that's why they don't have any customers. I don't know. He got salty as hell, dude. But moral of the story is, no matter what, if anyone does anything wrong, you just ignore it. It's whatever. Don't let anyone touch you though. You get touched, it's over. But that security guy was a sweetheart. But so I only had like 3 minutes of footage to show you guys, and I was like, it's not even worth it. I might as well just hold off on it and wait till I get to New York, because I doubt they're gonna be like that in New York because it's more crowded, so the chances of them spotting the camera are not gonna be as high. But it was some BS at the end of the day, man. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow. And we literally drove like 45 minutes to get there too. So I wasted like a quarter of a tank of my gas, which I don't care about. But you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. In traffic too. But yeah, so anyway, back to Carmelo Anthony. He's so unselfish, dude. And for people to call him selfish is it's malarkey, it's BS, it's craziness, it's cuckoo, whatever. Now, a lot of you guys don't know. Well, some of you guys do, some of you guys don't. I was shocked about how many people didn't know, because I did it in like 3 videos that got like 1,500 views. So if you guys don't know, I do have a second channel where I just talk about random stuff. I'll tell a funny story. I'll tell like a story when I first had sex, or when I first got curved by a girl, or things like that, or just any type of story in general. And I'll just, I'll see videos on the internet and I'll talk about them and things like that. I'll talk about news that's going on in the world right now and things like that. And yeah, so there's that. The link will be in the description below in every single video. The link will be in the description below. So if you want to, you can go ahead and check it out. You don't have to, but if you want to support your boy, I'd appreciate that. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. It's been Steve. I'm out of here. Peace.